It's a pretty scathing
If there's
review.
no cars on the road, I feel like, you know, it's fine. Do what you want. Regardless, there's no cars on the road, but there are trains on the track here on Overpass, and we're going to be heading into this one. FURIA CT side start. Fast up long for VP. No one spotting this yet. FURIA are back in the bomb site. Heavy towards B, but not forever. Already the in-game leader moving back up to join FURIA on this A site.
Yeah, look at bloody K, man. This guy's on a bit of a journey all the way through the toilets. It's like flushed away. You ever seen that film about the rat?
The rat, yeah.
Well, maybe this will be just like that. The rat's name is Rodney, and right now FURIA has got his big rod out on the knee of VP.Prodigy. That all kind of came together in a roundabout way. ZMB lost a low. Oh, he's got support, and there it is. Drop with a double. Great little pistol. I love what FURIA does there. The work he's able to get away with. Pop, pop, back of the head.
I wish you could have seen Harry while he did that. Pulled out his little glove.
Yeah, I did the hand gesture. Very handsy.
Yeah,
when talking.
Yeah,
when talking.
When talking.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I love being animated. You know, I think one day we'll get the caster reactions like on cam. I think that's becoming more of a thing, slowly but surely. I never really cared either way. I think people want to watch the CS, not me.
Yeah, exactly. I want to watch the CS over you. And I'm sure you feel the same about me. It's nothing personal. It's just that CS is great.
CS is life, bro. Like, being real. Basically is our whole lives.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I used to say, I wish CS could be my whole life. And then it's like, oh, that is it. That is the situation we live in. And for these young players, that's the journey they're looking to embark upon. That's the whole focus of this Academy League. The little Glock rush into A should never get interesting, right? I've kind of just been talking over it because this is what you expect. Oh, hang on a moment. Ooh, gets him down low, but ZMB not going to give it up. I'm not about to lose to a Glock of all things. Let's go into the FURIA team speak. Let's see how they're doing, right? Is the mood high? Are they pumped up today? They're looking a lot better. So let's see if that reflects in the comms.
Fazer HG parquinho?
Não vou não, na real.
Sim.
Não tem mola. Tá
Vamos fazer mola e faz HG parquinho.
Tá bom. Esse cara não tem muita bola, viu, guys? Eu acho que eu vou ficar strafando esse round, Ninjola. Eles não tem muita bola pro fim, se a gente segurar a gente vai arrebentar.
Liga, tem liga.
Tá, deve ser um B, um liga.
Tem meio, guys? Passou, subi liga já, fez H na liga. Toma H no pé.
É, C4.
Sim.
Mano, vamos parecer de junto, fala aí.
Vou girar a B.
Saiu, liga na mira lá. Não, a gente vai
Ah,
ficar no
tem o
fade aqui pra
bug,
avançar
tem
só.
o bug.
Relaxa, smoke.
Pegamos o sapo.
Até...
Vantagem, pode ficar pulando lá.
Give aí você, Ninjola.
Tá,
Tô
segura
40
minha
de
flecha
vida.
lá.
Tá bom.
Vai checando outra?
Pode, até 10.
Tá. Ninguém se mete de cara. Ninguém
Fundo,
dá no
fundo
pé.
2, Piria. Cadê? Marquei fundo.
Tá.
Tô jogando do pilar aqui, Ninjola.
Tá bom, cravado no sapo.
Bota no smoke, Piria.
Vai ter um cimento na frestinha,
Quando vem funda, no colete, passei caminhão.
Ninjola, tá aqui.
Tudo comeu.
Saiu fundo, DT.
Guarda. Também não se vê no sapo aqui.
Tá. Se quiser jogar por inf, tá safe.
40 de vida.
Avalanche.
Não, sim, você tá de boa, Tá de mira que se vier eu consigo recuar. Se precisar.
But
beautiful openers out of Rufire in that round, right? He runs through this long smoke after Lomic taps that first kill in. And look, no one's even considering it, man. Like, the moment those kills came in, the round was lost, and FURIA just admit defeat, falling into a save. You know, when it comes to respecting smokes, when it comes to giving you space, Rufire, not the kind of guy to do that.
Yeah, and it's being sold as well because Lomic is spamming from a range. Obviously, him getting a kill certainly helps, but because he's shooting from so far, FURIA going, oh, they're deep long. They're not close. I don't need to worry about this smoke. Not yet. Yes, you do. It wasn't going to take long before VP were on the board, and so they do it with their first gun round. No warps now. Back to the scout for ZMB. VP with a man outside of B making a lot of noise. Result doing the lurk while his team take middle, clearing connector in the process. You want to make sure you have that top con exit before you start walking up the stairs, right? Means if there is a CT there, they can at least be trapped in middle and they can't get back to the bomb site for free. Right now, they seem pretty assured that con is empty, and they're right. Double short setup for FURIA. VP sneaking, slinking back down to the depths of this B bomb site. Bomb being retrieved by Cheerful in spawn, and then they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, Result netting that opener has really sweetened the deal for VP.Prodigy. They're in this little 5-on-4 now, and FURIA are having to rotate players down. The rotation in Piri are going to take a little while. He's able to deal with some of this short aggro, at least on this con wrap, but there's only one player out on short for VP.Prodigy. The rest are out through Monster and into the site. Piri are dead on his flank, and ZMB dealt with in heaven. These two remaining FURIA players are dedicated into the site. Like, they have no choice but to fight this, and so it's a very costly round for FURIA. They would have loved to have been able to back up and save there, but as mentioned, just too committed, too deep. And so we have a tie game on our hands already.
Yes, yes, let the rounds flow through you. Full eco now for FURIA. It's about to get easier for VP, and that's always welcome with open arms. Yeah, the default of VP is pretty nice. We've seen a fair bit of overpass from them, and it hasn't changed too much. Result just often, you know, doing the solo stuff outside of B, keeping the attention, using his nades sparingly, just enough to make sure that FURIA don't abandon that B bomb site. If he walked through B right now, he'd figure out it's all clear, and that FURIA are setting up with their pistols in middle, stacked together, side by side. Quite the armada. But even if VP walk right into this one, they should still be good for the round. The double setup is pretty sick, though. But does it cost you your life? Do you line up? Lomic hasn't seen that con player either. Bloody draws the attention. Now FURIA start to move in, and easier shots, easier lines of sight.
Yeah, and look, man, VP.Prodigy put together what's happening right away. They see three players and they go, well, this is a full stack over towards mid. They take that bomb into B. Result's already cleared it out. So they're going to get a bomb plant here. They're going to get away with the round. They're keeping it still very, very safe, not wanting to give anything over to these USPs. Hugo, I see the sneeze coming.
I'm containing it, Harry.
Keep the sneeze in
too
there.
Far away
Keep
from my
the
mute button.
Sneeze in your nose where it belongs.
The snooze is loose. No,
Put
we're okay.
that sneeze away, good
Put
sir.
that sneeze back where it came from. Also, help me.
Look out, he's got a sneeze.
Achoo.
There we go, nice, beautiful.
Of course, Cheerful, just hanging about in T-Sport, man. What about you? You know,
He's coming for the title, the Cringe Lord from Sapek.
Ah, okay.
Because this is a toe curling play.
Oh, yeah.
My toes look like Cheerios, mate. Cheery toes.
Cherry toes.
Oh,
You might want to get a doctor.
we've come full circle, just like they have. And now, 3-2, lead taken for VP.Prodigy. And, you know, when we do compare these teams, I think out of the two of them, you could say that, you know, this is more of a home map for VP than for FURIA.
Yeah, well, we don't know what FURIA's home map is. We don't really know what they seem keen to play Vertigo. Like that was pretty good from the get-go. Most teams have wanted to play Vertigo at this event, and so I think that's been the problem. Like, you come in thinking, ha ha ha, we're going to Europe and we've mastered Vertigo. Well, actually, funnily enough, so is everybody else. Everyone coming in with that game plan to this tournament. But I don't even know what a home map is for Furia. Dust 2 and Overpass, maybe, but Overpass they've had trouble on. Dust 2, it looked pretty flat on T side yesterday against Fnatic. They did manage to, you know, make it a close game. But yeah, coming to Europe has proven to be quite a test for these guys. However, I think that's awesome. I think that's really good because it's experience that even in the upper echelons of, you know, tier 2 Brazilian teams, they don't get this experience. Yeah, okay, maybe they'll go to NA, they'll play some NA events, but you know, they won't get to come to EU because I can guarantee, you know, while playing this 1v01 a day Furia, you know they're getting scrims versus, you know, decent EU opposition and learning a lot as a result. You know, sometimes you got to get beat to get better. And so Furia, will they be able to put all that hard work, all that learning to use in this matchup? Jumping and spotting is ZMB. VP setting up for this A take right now. They can drop back down connector if they don't like what they see. They've still got that short control. Coming up long is Cheerful. Everyone else, toilet side, ZMB can't get that kill. Furia has not been cleaned out, and he does win his 1v1, meaning A is still up in the air, but chasing him is Lomic, trapped in the corner. Furia won't last long, and the bomb's going down.
Ooh, that's a nice opener, though, for Decency. That's going to spur you on. Drop, finding even more success, and suddenly it's all eyes on Lomic. 1v3. This guy often pretty capable in clutches. It's the presence of this long player that gets me concerned. He's never even needed. Drop spams him out.
Yeah.
And the round is Furia's after a 3-on-3 retake attempt. Keeps all the players alive for Furia.
Yeah, I think we had like high expectations of Piria in this team, or Pariah. I hope I'm not butchering his name, but
no, I'm pretty sure
usually,
it's Piria.
Usually I get told if I am, so and I've not.
I said Pariah at first, and it's not spelt like Pariah.
Yeah, Piria makes sense in
and
English
also,
accent.
like, you know, Maui was saying Piria, and he watches a lot of VODs, so I'm assuming he picked up some pronunciations there.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, we were expecting Piria to be the guy to look out for, and he actually was in some of these early games. But and you know, not to say he's had bad performances, he's actually looked pretty good in most of the matches. But I think Drop to me has been the more exciting prospect in this roster. He came in with a bang on day one, and I don't think he's really slowed down ever since. So yeah, definitely some names for the future. Obviously, I don't. Ooh, the boost up, it works. Lomic catching, Decency jumping, and oh look, they try and aggress. Furia try and take space, but they don't realize that one man, remember the 5-man boost? One man is freed up after they throw the AWP on top, and that man got out middle and took a 1-for-1. ZMB is still here, he can't leave, he's committed, and his teammates are even pushing up on the B-bomb site. They will die, so will he, and this round is already over. Oh dear. Good space taken by Rufire, though, right? The second he's boosted Lomic back up, he's already starting to take that real estate, knowing what Furia are going to do once they realize the boost is in play. VP.Prodigy onto a round, and Drop looking to save.
And even now, VP in the 4-on-1 is still moving slow. They're still, you know, being very, very cautious. Lomic gonna give the AWP to Cheerful, lines up this Heaven Smoke, that goes over now. And they move into an empty B site, destined to win this round. No, that was really, really lovely, right? Like, you assemble that 5-man boost. One of the best things you can do when you see that 5-man boost pulled in is take map control as a CT, right? You know that if they're doing that, they're employing a lot of people to make that boost happen, all 5. And at the very, very least, your single guy that isn't needed to hang around, he's going to be late out mid. So that's what Furia tried to do. And, you know, they tried to take that real estate. They try to punish the 5-man boost. And yet somehow VP.Prodigy, you know, fully aware that this is a normal response to seeing that problem pulled in. They kind of, you know, they plan ahead. They plan for exactly that response from Furia.
Yeah, the boost was also, like, not delayed, but, like, Lomic waited on there for a good while before he actually got the kill. It came at 139, you can see. So, you know, Rufire had already moved pretty far, pretty deep, and probably deeper than FURIA were expecting. So here we go. Saved gun, surrounded by pistols. You can put a bit of Kevlar in, maybe get a dig if you want. Depending on that future buy, you got a bit of loss bonus, so make use of it. But really, VP should not be dropping the ball in this round. Drop following his teammate. It looks like they wanted to boost in connector for that B short info. Could be big. Waiting for the molly, clearing close, and out they go. Oh dear.
Okay, that's one. That's something for FURIA. An AK now retrieved. They do lose decency down in comp, but it's not this M4. It's not the guy who could disrupt the flow of the round. Drop is still very much a threat. And his decision to re-aggress into con is brilliant. He has just got the info that this is an A play on this push, and he's very, very close to wrapping these players now on a good timing. FURIA, anything you can get out of him is a win. 1 for 1, not ideal, but it's good enough. Drop needs this flank to come in huge, and he's kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. Gets startled by the guy jumping across. Drop, caught out, put down. Rufai gonna finish him off.
Also, that's like the rattiest plant I've ever seen in this map. Like, well, not the rat, we saw the rattiest the other day, but yeah, like fully tucked in the truck corner. I don't think Drop even knew about that. Thought it was behind the truck, perhaps. Yeah, we saw the rock plant come in the other day at Cologne as well. First time I've seen that in a high stakes competition. If you know, you know. If you don't, get grinding. 5-3 and the AWPs are out.
Yeah, thus far we've been kind of spared of the head-to-head between the AWPers, right? I really hope we can have ZMB. Oh, this smoke is... Surely that's a miss smoke, but it's left a weird impression on. Like, Resalt was freaking out about it as well. He was like, is this a one-way? Am I about to die if I walk through this? Is it fine? He's all good. What I was going to say is, I hope we can get a good game out of ZMB. I felt like in the first week, he emerged as like a very exciting player to get to watch. He reminded us a lot of Art. You know, he has some of the same pitfalls that Art had early on in his journey in Counter-Strike, right? When he was still trying to make his style of CS work. But he was the comparison we were putting on ZMB a hell of a lot. And I think he showed a really good face in those first few days. Lately, he's just been very unlucky, it feels like. Always on the rough side of timings, always getting leg shots, but never the kill. I want a full force ZMB game today. I want to see this guy bring everything he's got. And he's going to have to, because Lomic is a very pliable AWP player. Very, very good with this gun, especially when you put this guy in clutches.
Yeah, he's trying to trap them at B right now. It's actually an A play. Cheerful's been spotted deep up long. The bomb is a little late. He's got to win his fight. AWP shot baited out. Cheerful follows up, and he knows about the bank player as well. Big gap in the smoke. Cheerful with a Molotov. Well, let's send that player forward or back. In they go, and it works wonders. AWP will trade, and maybe there's still hope here, but Lomic switches guns and gets caught out in the sight. Rufai has to fake it. They're rushing him down. How is he still alive? He's surely not going to make it out. Oh, with 1 second. Just get him round the corner, and he'll save his gun at least. It's something here for VP. What a weird and wacky round. If only Lomic didn't swap off the AWP there. Honestly, if he stayed in his position, if he just posts up on the swing out dumpster, Rufai can stick the bomb. Maybe there's a chance, but FURIA does a really good job of making that weird as the Molotov comes in and jumping over the dumpster. Last thing VP expected. Still full buys coming in for both sides. And another 5-man boost, why not?
Hey, they're pulling this in a lot. Will they get rewarded again?
Oh.
Mate, Lomic's checking everything. He's like looking for the train timetable as he's scoped up.
Do they realize? Look at the push through connector right now. Backstab.
FURIA has just taken him out of the boost, and suddenly Lomic is like, boys, put me back up. Oh, what? Hang on a moment, what? Oh no, we're a man down.
It's all very weird now. You just got to go. I actually like the hit into B. This is a good call. You know the cities can't push up in B. If they do, you would have seen them outside of Monster. So the site is actually yours. Furia trapped out at short side. You can see Lomic's even covering that tunnel wrap. Now it's on Roofire to take up that mantle as VP need to muscle their way into the bomb site. Furia just holding off right now, knowing where VP are.
Yeah, no one's able to peek in and like confirm that this is an all-in B play, right?
Oh,
now it's starting to become clear. Missed shot first time around, but Lomic's going to make up for it. And Result finds himself an opener all alone in the B site. He's carved a bit of a path for his team. ZMB, they don't know about him. This kill should be free, and it is. 25 seconds, ZMB another, not quite the third, just one man left to beat. It's low HP Lomic, 2 points of health, one shot is all ZMB needs to find, and there he is, taps him out. Lomic gets rinsed by that UMP, and Furia are tying this game up again at 5-5.
Oof. That's coming in big for ZMB. Look at this. Yeah, that's the flank that just undid it all. And even though, you know, I like the B call there, but ZMB never seen getting into the pit, able to grab a 1v1 and then VP spacing out of Monster, just trying to trade. It doesn't go well for them. One shot, he had to hit one shot, and of course it's the headshot. ZMB, classy. And Furia onto yet another round, hanging on to their economy. It's in tatters though. VP fast towards short, Result looking for the early kill. Has he got a flash behind him? There's no one even near. He's just tucked in, waiting for re-aggression. But nothing being given over, not in the early round. Furia have seemingly only been taking short when VP are putting pressure on Monster, knowing they can trade one for the other. And VP are coming in to clear out Connector in the meantime as well. Furia still not giving them picks, back in the bomb sites on both sides. And now VP have to pick a bomb site. Back to B they go. Minute on the clock. Looking to execute.
I love that, man. Re-smoking at Monster. That's throwing from ZMB all the way over at A. And it's going to keep VP back and out of B for the time being. As that smoke fades, you're going to be looking at about 24-ish seconds left on the clock. And they're going to go running right through it. No respect for that. Instead, it's into B. Good bit of time still left here. They don't need these kills immediately, but they will have to clear them out eventually. Both players for FURIA Academy down in the pit, just playing for time. 15 seconds, this bomb crossing into the site, now getting stuck, and it can't get denied. They flush out, drop down in pit. The bomb plant comes in just in the nick of time, and Lomic even plucks Furia out of thin air. ZMB can't give this 1v3 a go.
He'd like to. He'd really like to. But you're right. It's just too far gone. Lomic, mate, those trades are gnarly. He's hunting the pit player. Quick shot with the AWP, up close. And even catching, like you said, that Heaven guy. Just bounding away. Beautiful round out of Lomic. Getting a good game from him right now. ZMB needs his kill more than anything. Oh, he turns. And Bloody removes that AWP from play, at least for now. Furia are on the back foot. Now they are broken. They're down around. And that hole is about to get dug deeper. 6 feet deeper, maybe. You might even have to force here. Like, if Furia buy, don't be surprised. So 2 players below 2K, you're screwed. You can't buy next anyway. So, might have to be that double eco. And at that point, VP are going to have a horrendously good T side. Here's the investment. ZMB saving for AWP. Everyone else putting in what they got.
Furia's going to play up close to this mid-smoke. It can work to, like, gimmick you a kill. I just don't think it works versus VP.Prodigy in particular. Although, why do I even bother talking? Bloody will actually chance walk in that smoke. I was going to say, like,
Yeah,
considering
the
these
fade.
guys are often so keen on, like, being measured, being slow, and not falling for little gimmicks around smoke fades like that, surprising to see that that's how they lose the opener. But now it's put an AK in the hands of an armored FURIA. A 5-on-4 early, and oftentimes, Hugo, when these rounds get out of hand, it's because of something like we just saw there, where a kill goes untraded, and there's no way to recuperate that lost man. You know, now you're in this 4-on-5, and you're saying to yourself, boys, they only have pistols. Like, this is our round. This is free. We shouldn't be losing this. And so everyone starts to teeter on the edge of being in their own head a bit. It forces you to take it safe and even slower.
A's clear though, mate. Only one guy there. I know it's the gun. That's the one you're worrying about. But in terms of your best chance, it probably is into the rifle. If you're able to take him down, bomb plant, go back to the toilets, play it safe, and round's yours. Resalt's thrown his util B, he's now running up, and with that util B, it's forced FURIA out of the bomb site, rotating down. Now he's probably realizing what's gone wrong. Cheerful starting to pick up the pace, cutting off this CT spawn. Resalt kills a lurker, and the bomb is going down on A. Cheerful cuts out that AK, and he's just going to molly it. Make sure that no one can go and grab it. Stall out the gun pickup.
I mean, the very nature of this round just changed, right? It went from VP.Prodigy nervous about losing to a pistol to getting all this space in A, misdirecting the rotations, and then the moment Cheerful takes that man advantage, he's like, well, that's me done. I don't actually need to play aggressive anymore. It's just about the formalities of finishing this round off and not giving them a reason to even go for it.
And you can tell from that round alone that FURIA are a little bit scared, mate. FURIA are a little bit, antsy. Like, they are 5-4 up. They, in terms of manpower, they have a gun. The 4 pistols are on B. Piri is solo A. Resalt throws like 1 molly and 1 flash into B, and then your anchor on A rotates, and then you lose a round. Like, the only way you win that round is if Piri stays on A and does something, anything.
Yeah, I mean, even a 1-for-1 would have made all the difference.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Like, you could flood it on a retake, for sure. But at that point, you lose a sight, you molly down. Yeah. You're down by 2.
I think it's very much showing the nerves, right? Yeah. And I already thought it was kind of ballsy enough, but like a ballsy in a way where you kind of respect it, like to stack 4 down on B, leave the AK soloing, right?
That's
it's
just
like
a panic.
Yeah,
that's
and it's like taking a bit of a gamble. It's this idea of like, look, FURIA, mate, like if you can just get 1 on the entry, that's all we need out here. And if they come B, we're in a really good spot. It just feels a little overzealous, a little panicky to have shifted your lone A player down. And they pay the price for it. So I guess they learn the hard way, right?
Yeah, but do they learn from their mistakes, Harry? Do they adapt? Do they improvise? Do they overcome? I don't know. They're running out of rounds. They're running out of time. Another eco. It's about to get out of control. It's about to get a VP T-side 1.
Yeah, at a bare minimum, right? Solidifying a lead moving into that second half of play is pretty much guaranteed now for VP. Something would have to go really horrifically wrong to lose to pistols in this round. Oh, that's a hell of an opener. Oh no, dear. Drop! Oh, not quite the third. It had to stop. Yeah, man, I could feel that was about to come in. He was feeling it as well. The hot hand rule, with each shot you hit, the next one becomes even more likely, but unfortunately, it is this 3-on-2. And VP, you've got to give them credit. When they go, like, and they lose players early on, the way that they're able to slow the rounds down and, like, grind their way back into it, you've got to respect it.
Like, FURIA want the chaos there. In order to win that round, they want to be shoving you,
Yeah, I mean, you want VP freaking out and everyone scrambling to different areas of the map, right?
The best eco wins are ones where it's like there's like 15 seconds between the first and last kill. It's because there's just so much chaos, there's so much communication. You don't know who's looking where. This isn't like, it isn't how you play a typical round. It's you just trying to, react to what's happening.
Yeah, well, because you've got nothing to lose, right? It's your opponent with everything on the line, essentially. And so for you, running in with a pistol and going for a 1 and done and just causing that chaos, mate, that's nothing. That's easy.
Even in this round, VP bleed, blood from a rock, blood from a stone. What do they say?
Yeah, getting blood from a stone. It means like it's impossible.
Okay, well, I'm using that sentence wrong. They bleed this round for everything they can get out of it.
There we go, that works. Yeah.
Bloody walked through the A site, flanked B, and checked out you know, from heaven, the B site calls it's clear. That's in a 3-on-1 when their opponent has a P250. Like, they are really making sure these rounds are coming
Yeah,
through.
and hell, man, respect to VP for that, because they have to. They're trying to dodge, you know, a last place finish as well, along with FURIA. So at this point, it's like all of these rounds matter. Even 3-on-1, they're not getting ahead of themselves. And I think if there was one thing for VP to have taken away from a lot of the games they've played, it's that, yeah, don't get ahead of yourself. It's not over till it's over. They've nearly made comebacks happen. They've been on the receiving end of comebacks a hell of a lot. And so it feels like they really are taking every round as losable, as awful as that sound. You know, they're like playing it in a way that it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself. Result dead of Vivo, that's a first time around, and another kill goes the way of FURIA in the middle. FURIA is stuck, he has to fight for his life, and he won't get out of there. Decency would have loved that trade, but it was only a one and done peak for Cheerful. He's back to long. Running back to A, and Decency gets heard doing so by Roofire. Well, that's not really much info. Okay, yeah, FURIA have players on the A side, no surprise. 2-2 split right now. Very standard setup here in a 4-on-3, and you're afforded to do that. You know you've got the advantage. Things are looking good. It's just about confirming the round, and it's far from that. Roofire with an entry, and with that long player dead now, these two Ts up on long can get so deep before FURIA even know the molly. They run right through it. They do not care. 2-on-1 in the bomb site, and they win it out with ease. Molly to cut off a rotate, and then if a bomb gets planted and Lomit can go back to toilets, it's as good as done.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the orb! It got blew out by the grenade! He had to grab an orb!
That's unreal.
Where did it go?
It just got sent flying. The timing on that throw of weapons.
Wow.
They don't have the AWP anymore, and now they've got 2 rifles for 2 low players. Not what they wanted. This could still get out of hand. Drop and ZMB with a kill.
Imagine.
Has blowing that AWP out of the round just changed the outcome of everything. If Cheerful was scoped up here with an AWP, this would be a winnable round. With the AUG, it's got to be flawless. They're on the bomb. They're sticking it the full 10 seconds, and he's missing every bullet. It's the defuse for FURIA.
I cannot
A wild
believe
timing, a crazy timing. The nade. Oh, I hope we have a replay of that. Please say we do. I want to try and figure out where the AWP got sent flying to.
It just evaporated into thin air. It's going to rain down from the sky next round. Oh my goodness. And to think that actually has impact, to think that, you know, okay, sure, he sticks the bomb in his smoke. The AWP is not going to be much better there, but the entire round probably plays differently.
Yeah,
if he doesn't.
100%.
Look at this, look at this, look at the grenade. Oh, it went over long. That went so fast.
Yeah, mate, and their whole game plan originally was like fall back, play the post plant, just play trades, and suddenly they can't because of how low these players are. So they have to commit to entrenched crossfires at CT, and both those players then go on to die.
That is just unbelievable.
And that is why CS is a beautiful game right there, right? That
have you ever seen that? Have you? You've been watching Counter-Strike. You at home? Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. How long have you been watching Counter-Strike? Years? How many events? You've watched hundreds of events. You watched thousands of maps. Have you ever seen that? No. And have you ever seen it have that kind of impact? Oh my word. FURIA, hell. I said that was a round that was never going to happen. And, well, I certainly didn't expect divine intervention.
Yeah.
Last round of the half, and FURIA. Let's see if they can make something of this.
Lomic's leaving a spare gun in spawn, just in case it happens again.
Yeah.
Ooh, flash. Oh, but the Krieg tickling the feet of ZMB.
Still 3 here.
Yeah, still very entrenched, and VP taking another peek. Result doesn't want to offer the trade up. Ooh, dear.
Asking to get shot through that smoke. Yo, we're getting a good level in this game, though. This is a good match. Fire.
Oh, he was walking. He was still moving. Ninja's going to pick up that kill. And FURIA wins his fight in toilet. Now, will he be ready for Cheerful, who could look to trade this out? He's hit a good timing, and FURIA shot in the back of the head. Will that accelerate the pace for VP into this A site? Right now, the one-man rotating up is decently with the AWP, and he's going to land that first shot. He's actually committing, fighting ahead of these smokes, and VP.Prodigy are not ready for it. This AWP has torn them apart. Just Result left standing. and they've seen him now. They've got him trapped out on an island. There's drop to seal the deal, and a 7-8 half is well met for FURIA heading into this second half of play.
You are more than happy with that, right? This game started pretty slowly. You can see the rounds for FURIA on that board there, just little pockets of pairs trading back and forth throughout the half. But VP still went out, right? Like, okay, those last couple of rounds, they go a bit skew-if, but VP, 8-round T-side is more than enough. If you remember that game against the Young Ninjas, I think it was actually on day one. I think it was the first game of the tournament. It was VP Young Ninjas on this map. Young Ninjas, like, dominant first half. They moved to their T side. They're 14-5 up. VP pull this, like, 9-round comeback in a row on CT side, and then they fall right at the end.
They lose at 16-30.
So that was on CT side, mate. We just had them win out on T side. You know, VP, if they can challenge Young Ninjas that hard on the CT side of that map, or this map, I'd say they're in for a good game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as we've kind of highlighted, this is a must-win match for both of these squads for, you know, very similar reasons, both being down towards the bottom of the board and trying to dodge that last place finish. You know, they're both giving it everything they've got, and that's why it makes it very, very hard to read into how this second half is going to be. I think the fact that FURIA sneak a couple of rounds on at the end is surely going to inspire a bit more confidence in this crew, right? We had a slow start to the day, and a guy like Ninjas, he kind of found some kills there in that final round, started to pick it up again. So can we have them recover? Let's head into the team speaks. Let's listen to the comms as this pistol round plays out.
Let's fucking go.
Tá parado. Acabei de inventar esse, hein? Esse
É do momento.
inédito. Eu falo o time. Cuidado, sapão, deixa o cara fazer.
Ficou 2 meio, ficou 2 meio, ficou 2 meio.
Ficou sapo. Pegou 2 tiros de P2.
Vai, vamos fazer HE. No 3, 1, 2, 3. Vamos jogar sapo, vamos jogar sapo. Joga na frente aí, ninja. Na real, eu jogo.
Smoke bang.
Vou bangar uma, vocês jogam.
Ficou 2 meio, me viu e recuou, guys. Recuou meio.
Ficou sapo 2. Tem 3 aí.
3 sapo, então. Vamos pá.
Tá, era 2 que picou meio, me viu e tinha voltado, guys.
Tem na liga.
Tem smoke bang.
Vamos liga, guys?
Sim. Vai pelo TR mesmo. Marcando cimento. Dando pé, parece. Nada liga.
Tem
Ninguém é
smoke
meio de
bang,
cara,
tá?
ninguém é meio de cara, demorou. Tá esquerdinha do fundo. Nada.
Nada peixe.
Nada balão de cara.
Vamos dar clear
Ninguém é
pitch?
fair. Pode ser. Nada piche, cara. Não foi até lá, não foi até
Pode
lá.
desmocar lixeira aí. Desmoca lixeira e banga.
Tá bom.
Foi pela rua.
Tá.
Traz o bomb, me viu já. Rodando,
Smoke
rodando.
lixo. Pede
Rodou um
bang.
avião.
Banga.
Banguei. Bom.
Banco.
Eu vou comer. Nada ali, nada fundo, comi banco.
Não sei.
10 banco.
Valeu.
Oxe, o cara me varou do nada.
Ah, fiz um move muito mal, mano.
Esse de onde?
Acho que o cara falou do lixo mesmo.
5 alive on a pistol round. That's going to feel just fantastic for VP. Quick taps from those USPs and nice backup as well. They gave away the bomb plant, but for good reason. A clean retake for VP.Prodigy. And a bit of a botch round for FURIA. They tried their hand out monster. They wanted to B-rush, lose first man, rotate back out. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize Rufire got one of those. Dear oh dear. With a USP?
He's cracked, mate. Built different.
True.
I do want to give, you know, my love to Rufire. I think he's such an important part of this VP.Prodigy squad, right? He is the calm voice amongst the sea of lesser experienced players, right? He is often the guy directing the flow. Very, very much you can tell that by his gameplay, right? He'll go try and find these holes, try to find this space. That's a nice opener, and the nade stack nets a kill on B as well. Suddenly, Result has to do a hell of a lot, and this was never meant to be a round that FURIA win out anyway. They're looking for a bomb plant now.
What a good call.
Hang on a moment, the bomb's back out of Monster, and it's holding, and Lomic, he's gonna fall to it. That fight could have made all the difference.
It's a nice smoke. It sells this Heaven play even better, right? Ninjas has walked through and Bloody not ready. He seemed away. He must have heard something. There's no way you just give that a check in case. 1v2. He's moving in quick. No kit, though. First player on the pillar, and he knows about default as well. So Bloody, with all the info in the world, no one to stop him. They've got to try and double face. Bloody fakes the drop into water, and that forces a fight. There's the trade. Lovely shot from Drop. Little burst headshot with the MP9. And like you said, never should have been a FURIA round, but there we go. What a call to not only eco that, but to throw the double nades over the boost from Monster, right? That's how they got one of the 2 opening kills. The Eagle also helped. But you're buying those nades in like a full eco round, and then you're winning it? Sheesh. That's going to feel good. And that's going to force the Force back out from VP.
Yeah, it's crazy that that comes together so well for FURIA. Like, they couldn't have expected that, right? You were hoping that either the nades or the short player found an opener, and when both do, it's like, well, hello, round win that we weren't meant to get. We'll be taking that. And as you say, now the Deegs are out for VP.Prodigy. They've taken a lot of short control. They're pushing the extremities of this B bomb site, and they know that right now FURIA must be grouped up primarily over in middle because of the control they have. If they go any further, they're going to find Pyria making a rat-tastic play all the way back in T-spawn. He's just holding for this aggro, and it's kept a late B rotation open to FURIA. As they go in, they have to be cognizant that they've given up a lot of Monster, and so Result has pushed up and taken full advantage of this. It's all about how many can Result get. If it's not one, then that's a bit of a grisly start to the round. It's given this opener over. It lets you get the early info that FURIA are leaning towards B at least, and you can see the rotations have come in accordingly. Everyone down on this lower site. Is that going to be enough in the 4-on-5?
Yeah, Rufire trading 1-for-1, but FURIA are more than happy with those trades. Gonna look for another. Ninjas catches a close player in front of the Molotov, and now the entries are flowing. Sickly for FURIA. And Cheerful smoked off again. They know about him. And they'll have no problem dealing with him as well. 9-9. No, I'm not telling you off. That's the score. We're back in, and it's level pegging right now. But it's about to get a whole lot worse for VP. That was a Force, remember? Off the back of FURIA winning their eco. And now VP back to $2,000 each. Sounds like a lot. In Counter-Strike, it's not.
Yeah, they got one flash on Rufire. So maybe he tries to like flash a short peek or something like that. Oh, instead, he's throwing his flash out right away to try and slow down the Monster aggro. ZMB gets shot from so many different directions, he doesn't know what's happening. Oh, they deal with that flank. Wonderful little 180 from Drop. That was commed across by Ninjas. He could hear the player running through T-spawn. And so, you know, in spite of the initial danger that was maybe presented, they've still traded out into the advantage. They deal with the vanilla pistols. They never should have been much of a threat. It was just with that first kill going against them, you always get a bit worried. There's FURIA Academy up on a 10, now in the lead, but the reinvestment's coming through for VP.Prodigy. Now's the time we find out, you know, is this a fleeting feeling of being in the lead? Is this just a little one-round high, and then it's right back to the reality of this game, which is a very, very close one? Or this is where FURIA look to pull ahead and really start to solidify this lead that they're in?
That would be awesome, considering, you know, at some point during the first half, it didn't really feel like FURIA were in the game. Then we had that AWP drop round, which I think changed everything. Like, you know, it could have been VP running away with a 10-5. Instead, this game was pretty level, and now it's getting out of control. The come down for VP, and it's hurting their heads. Can they step up this time around? Lomic and Toilet. Here's some kerfuffling in middle. as they walk up short. Now they run. Now they're being loud and proud. And there's a rifle here to try and stop them, but it can't help. Ninjas with a perfect headshot to open up, and the A site belongs to FURIA. All they need to worry about is where is that second man? Drop is aware of Long, but he misses the timing. And Lomic is playing this really well. He's not activating. He's waiting to come in on the retake with his team, and his timing looks good. Oh dear, spotted out, damage done, and his team need to flood in to try and help out. Nice play from Drop. He dies for the cause, traded by ZMB, and everyone finds frags. Headshots galore for FURIA Academy, and now they've taken the lead in style.
You can feel it, man. They're really starting to believe in this one a lot more, and it's reflecting in the individuals. Like, you know, we really, in the beginning of this game, you had a couple of standout players for FURIA, right? You had a couple of guys that you felt can make a difference. Largely, I'm, of course, talking about Pyria and Drop. Ninjas was 1-9. In round 13, I think it was. Well, he's got on quite a recovery right now at 8-9. He's really starting to find himself in this one. You know, I think the fact that you have ZMB and Decently starting to find their footing as well around this double duo of Pyria and Drop, it's shaping up to be FURIA, the ones to close this out, right? And it's going to take VP to dig deep now. They're the ones who have to come up with solutions to a scoreline that's quickly slipping away from them.
Yeah, this is what I call a cringe round, but it's lovely.
Okay.
It's lovely. FURIA are boosted in con, and boosted in playground. Now forget the con player because he's gone. Deleted by the Deagle. Bloody grabs a gun. He fakes his retreat, hoping that will force a drop. No one's going to make that mistake. 4-on-5, recoverable. You don't want to dig the hole any deeper than that. A 3-on-5, and now you're asking for something incredible. So VP still hold the advantage, and FURIA start to move up long with the rifles. That gets spotted. You want this gun to be put to good use, and so Bloody rotates back into the A site. He's actually already started off. At 5-on-3 we were talking about. It's getting worse.
Okay, 5-on-2. 5-on-2. Oh, 1v5. ZMB dead as well. 4 players survive on that force buy for VP.Prodigy. It wasn't even an all-in force. They were still looking to buy up in this round regardless. And that's kind of little horrible for FURIA, especially because we come into this round going, oh, this is it. You can feel them starting to get back into this game now. And that round there, well, it's very, very quickly closed it up once more.
And now, the funny part about that is that round was FURIA just holding on for that exact play, and it still works. We got flashback into command the troops. It's even got the radio. They're right behind you, mate. You don't need the radio. Just talk to them. But whatever gets you going, whatever pumps you up, VP need it right now. They've just won a massive deco.
I know this is only a minor thing, but even the fact that like that little animation was casting a shadow in the game is like so cool to me, right? Like,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was like
and little detail.
I know, man. They really knocked it out the park. WePlay, we love you.
Yes.
Fast into the B site. Oh my God! Result will keep it under lock and key for now, but the Barbarians are at the gate and they're not being respectful about any locks that you put on these doors. FURIA are trying to brute force their way in. Oh, it's a little awkward, this flash between Ninjas and Lomic. I'd rather I didn't even have to watch it. They're both blinded on that fight. And so Lomic's out of there. He's just going to give them a short. That's a gnarly flash. It cancels out one of these players at Monster. They weren't able to capitalize. Now we're finally getting that cheerful, removing Drop. That's the bomb as well. And the bomb was the most deepest committed player into B. This is now a rescue and recovery mission for FURIA. And it's getting worse by the second. Cheerful, living up to his name. Big smile as he brings FURIA to their knees and leaves it all on one guy.
Yeah, nice round for Cheerful. He reads that Drop already got out behind the barrel as well. I felt like Decency was doing a good job of like baiting someone off barrel to push in, to maybe fight him, and Drop could have taken the kill. Cheerful checks it, he follows up, and that B anchor work is sublime for VP.Prodigy. They deal with the rush easily. And when a rush slows down in like a 3-on-3 there, you know you're in hot water if you're FURIA. You've already dumped all your util. And you've given up the aim of the game.
Yeah, also that wasn't like one of those controlled slowdowns that like VP do where the bomb is still under your control and like you've got all these options open, right? There was no ability to play mind games there. ZMB did hit that tag. That's gonna get Rufire away from his spam spot. He loves spamming that plywood. He did it with an auto sniper the other day, if you remember. He's got some very innovative ideas, some very cool little thoughts in his pocket.
Probably takes a while for it to go from his like pocket to his brain, though. How's he?
Yeah, you pre-prepare him. Don't It's like when you make a tiramisu, right? You don't just throw all the ingredients in and it's ready. You have it all prepared and then you just let it set. Yeah. Here we go, little run boost. Whee! But now the AWP's there after the run boost, of course. ZMB is still the guy to win that out.
Flash.
Now taking toilets and looking to exploit this long control and this A opener. They still have 2 back at T ramp, but it does look like they're following through on the A play as well. With no con control, no B control, you are committed to the A play now if you're Furia. You better get these answers, you better get these results on the entry. Lomic is not looking at long. Needs to redirect his attention soon.
Big nade.
Dodging that flash, but still dead to decent. Eat Bloody will hold the line for now. FURIA, spotted on this wrap as well, is held back in middle. But in the meantime, the A site has fallen into FURIA control. They're not able to drop the bomb, and with that, any chance of winning this round is out the window.
Yeah, I like that FURIA doesn't overcommit there, right? Like that's you locking in the round there as FURIA. If you die, he tried to spray, did some damage. He quick switched off the flash by accident. But if you go back in and you die, you give VP a reason to commit to that round. And hell, yeah, it could mean they just lose their guns and it's all worthwhile. But could also be the undoing of your A site. So FURIA, he just backs out, and VP know they can't commit to a retake with a player lost in the source who could backstab them at any point. Nice round out of FURIA. Big entries into A, and we're just trading rounds now. It's anyone's game. It's whoever starts to take control, and your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I always naturally lean towards the T side having an advantage in the late game, right? Like, I think it's a lot easier for these guys to bank up money. It's a lot easier for them to have ways to make money, and everything's a lot cheaper for them as well. So you better be very entrepreneurial if you're VP.Prodigy here, right? Your cash is the real problem at this point. Yeah, just to put a bit more context on that, the reason why I say it is like, look, you bring the full guns out here, everything's looking good in this round, but it's if you lose it. 11-13 down, having to take an eco, not the time where you want to be pulling one of those in. So that's why I always look at the T sides as being in a more favorable position when the scoreline is this tight towards the end of the game.
Some plays looking to be made here, perhaps. Lomic fast fighting middle, but there's no one there. It's a B-centric round for FURIA. 3 out short, 1 monster, 1 con. And Cheerful, he knows something's going on. He's heard a bit of movement around these parts, doesn't want to give up the early kill. Bloody, with his back covered by that AWP, is able to play a nice weird angle in the connector. Oh, the spam. Oh, he knocks the bottom out of the boost. He's done so much damage. Rufire, full of wallbangs, as you said last round. A bit of a hiccup in this round for FURIA.
Oh, and Lomic's been waiting here all round, waiting for this exact chance. They get the AWP, but FURIA are out of there. They want nothing to do with middle. The scariest, this has to be a save. You actually have no more options. This is a T-spawn save at 50 seconds. Look at how asphyxiating VP.Prodigy are being all across the map. You've got nothing. You've got nothing if you're FURIA. Nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, no answers to be found as to how to solve this round. And so you've just got to go in the next. You've just got to wait. That's all you can do. That's all you're left with. Sit here for 50 seconds and have me explain how you're sitting here for 50 seconds. And we run it back at 12-12.
That's what it all comes down to, Harry. With the last 24 rounds of gameplay, over an hour now. Sweat and tears, probably no blood, probably no tears, not till after at least. But as said, these two teams both at the bottom of the league right now, both fighting to not be the last roster out of this tournament. Ollie on short, smoked by Lomic. He runs right through it. Doesn't bloom properly. Bit of an annoying bug, but he gets through relatively unscathed. Half health. Worth the risk for the amount of information that Lomic has just gained out towards B. He stays on this angle with Con covered by Cheerful. He can watch Monster and have information on the whereabouts of Furia, whether they're recommitting B or not. That means Result needs to leave, and yes, after he's cleared the tunnel, up he goes. This is a really good setup for VP. They've got so much info, but I say that, Lomic gets headshot by Pyria. Don't know how he beats the orb, trained on his corner, but now that throws this round into disarray. Cheerful, if he wants to stay here, he's got to be aware of so many positions. On top of that, they can walk out Monster. So this AAA stack already pulled back. As Result has joined by a teammate in lower.
Result's had to go and supplement Cheerful down here at B, and that's problematic. The whole point about having short control was to free up rotations for A. Now you've got it, but you're putting so much into holding short. The A site only has 2 on it, so they've got to come up huge.
Nice shot.
Refire and Bloody both toppled after getting 1 apiece. And even though the rotations are here in a 2-on-3, if FURIA just don't give the fight over right away, VP.Prodigy might be forced to save.
Yeah, they got an AWP in toilets. This round is crafted for them. There's even a man on the site. That's, you know, that's a good spot for a 1-for-1 here. If he can get a kill, it's all worthwhile. Might given up his position there. Oh, the flash is perfect though, and Drop's able to capitalize, leaving Result in the clutch. No smoke, no kit. AWP trained in. There's no way out, and ZMB makes it so. 13-12, and really Pyria's got to be given the MVP for that one. He only gets a kill, but that kill changes everything. As said, the pick down lower, the move away from that AAA setup when it was always going to be A. Look how he cleared it. He jumped over the orb and took a better angle. Yeah, that was a great round out of FURIA. That was always going to be A, and the worst part is VP knew it. Now they're pausing, trying to figure out what the hell they want to do. Look at this money. It's a mess. You could justify a buy here, but it won't be pretty.
Yeah, and from where they keep trading these rounds back and forth, it's only hurting them more in the long run, right? Yeah. Like, they're in this same spot again. They just worked to get out of it. You thought they had after they put that round up on the board and kept players alive, right? They weren't really meant to get it, but they do. And so you're thinking like, man, this is recoverable now. And suddenly it's like right back to square one. That thing that you were squirming so hard, the economic grasp of FURIA over you that you were trying to wriggle out of. But yeah, you got out of one hand, maybe you're straight into the other.
They get ready for the molly to come in, but VP aren't doing that. They will push mid and get the info. Lomic clears it before he darts back through the smoke.
I will say, when these rounds get really important and like the whole game is on the line, and this is very much one of those rounds, VP often manage to win these, right? FURIA have had a real hard grasp of winning the rounds that would set them up for success. And that's why these traded rounds have been coming in. They're taking it slow again, you know, like not knowing the importance of this. FURIA are very aware that this round victory right here could tee them up to win the whole damn game. And so the pressure feels altogether different.
The game on this round indeed. 3 at long here for VP. A bit of a read perhaps. FURIA, they're coming up onto A, they're clearing middle. Connector and B is still controlled though, so don't let the mid control confuse you. They're going to start to dart down below. They're going to start to edge their way to B. And with Rufire on the site, even though he has double long, he wants his A info, so he's still here for a while. Don't know what his rotate is going to look like. Might not ever come through. In fact, FURIA have changed their mind. They clear Connector from the top. Now they walk up short. Bloody gets that info. Now FURIA know to care about long, but they do not know how many players sit in this position. Rufire, oh sorry, Bloody, another Lomic on that long corner. And Rufire burnt out. He was flashed in the fire. He couldn't see. Lomic's still holding on, but with his teammate gone, he's trapped in to a cage. 10 seconds. They don't want to plant for short. They know the conflank's open. CT plant instead.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide CT plant. You got to watch this one from Dumpster. You're going to be hard pressed to keep an eye on that from Bank. This fight on Result really does decide the outcome of the round. If you win this, no one's playing actually in CT. Instead, they're both in the site on FURIA Academy. This is giving up some one-on-ones. Result, there's the backstab, first kill, but ZMB leads by example, closes out the clutch, and puts FURIA finally into pole position in a way that is meaningful to the grand scheme of this matchup. No money for VP.Prodigy, up against 14 rounds for FURIA. We're now looking at a game where VP, it's overtime or bust.
It's also stressful, man. That was a 3-on-5 for FURIA Academy, and they pull it back after Bloody doubles up on long. Oh my goodness. And yeah, like you said, playing in the bomb site in that 2v2, very scary. You know you can die to numerous angles all over the place. Are you really going to try and end this with a B rush? Charging out with the MAC-10, getting rid of these pistols. FURIA looking for their 15.
Yeah, he didn't clear the site. It still shouldn't matter. It should be fine. The MAC-10 is kind of like your info grabber there. Nice. The forward scout gets all the word out, and the rest of the gang clamp down upon them.
Yeah, even if the Mac runs up their left side, he clears out the left side. He clears out a lot of info. You know where to look, you know where not to look, and he's going to call things after he dies. But here it is, FURIA Academy looking for the closer. Let's jump in and hear the elation if they can do it.
Base. Eu sou base, só que eu tô muito longe. O Drop faz o quê? Desmoca essa base, é A, né? Desmoca meio
desmoca da base.
Blá, blá, blá.
Vou smocar a base e vamos lá cimento. Vou varar também.
Ó, céu caiu.
Nossa. Sabem que não tem ninguém A, guys. Eles podem querer ganhar. Sabem que não tem ninguém A, porque eu varei.
Desmoca a caverna. Calma.
Caralho. Léo, consegue me dropar? Tô com 20 de vida. Nem sei de onde tu me tira.
O cara segunda sapão.
Bora, tem 12 flashes.
Guys, eu e o Decente vamos A, fazer o fake. Drop, ajuda a gente a dominar com as bombas e volta
Banca aqui por cima, Drop.
Calma. Vou voltar.
Não, vou dominar a liga na mira, tá?
Vai.
Não quebrou aqui.
Banguésica.
Nada.
O cara terceira
Você
sapa.
tem bang, Drop?
Tem uma.
Banga fundo aqui.
Banga fundo aqui.
Eu vou bangar fundo e vou cravar
Eu
fundo
bangar
pra
outra,
vocês comerem. Vou
Nada
bangar longa.
eu banco outro.
Balão.
Abre.
Rasguei, balão meado. Boa, nice.
Boa.
Acabou as flashes.
Vamos voltar B.
Tá, eu peguei uma flash.
Volta B,
Feria.
sapão.
Consegue
Vai.
bangar
pra dominar esgoto?
Mano, consigo.
Calma, não domina
Não.
agora. Espera,
Tá,
vou
tá.
fazer o fake A, depois vocês fazem isso.
Ah, tá. Cuidado na grade, Drop.
Demorou, tem um flash de nariz pra você picar ele, quer?
Tá bom, pera.
Prepara bang, Feria. Vai, guys.
Tá pedir.
Pega.
Banguei.
Abriu. Tava na direita, passou pra esquerda, pedia.
Banga.
Banguei nariz.
Smoke em céu.
Tem
ponte.
cimento, ninja.
Tá bom.
Bangou.
Tá de cimento. Pra varia. Dois pontes, um ponte e um água. Ponte.
Pode abrir.
Ponte morto.
Cimento.
Água.
Cimento miado.
Valeu.
Valeu, relaxa, guys. Vamos aí, mano. 2 roundão, tranquilo. Comunicação
Para.
clean, calma.
No way I just saw that spot used, Harry. You saw Result. He was like uncharacteristically tiny there, right? There's a little bit close to the short corner where you can get in a little, I don't even know what you call it, pocket. And you can crouch and be even smaller, like a tortoise. And he gets a double out of it. Look, just crouch down in the ground. And lovely little B anchor work. That almost worked, right? The A fake for FURIA. ZMB throwing some utility A. It drew the rotate. VP were running away from B, but then they catch FURIA coming out monster, and this game continues overtime.
It could happen. It could. There's a very real possibility of it, Hugo. See, while FURIA are still, they're not worried. Well, they probably are worried, but like it's not out of control just yet. You still have a bit of a buffer. You still got 2 rounds between VP and overtime. The problem is, while you've got 2 rounds of space, you've got 1 round's worth of money. You can see the maths problem there, I'm sure, Hugo. FURIA, this is the last chance with rifles they're going to have. Otherwise, it's the force to close it. Decency, getting the opener, a real change of pace out of FURIA. No more of this taking it slow, waiting around. They charge at VP.Prodigy, and that's netted them the opener. If there ever was a time to change the pace, this is the round. You just saw how unprepared VP were. You don't want to give up this opener that you work for, and so Decency winning another fight, that's massive. 5-on-3 now. There is this long repeat, gets the info that ZMB is here. That was the bomb spotted as well, so that's definitely going to draw some of these rotations up. Rufire dead, it's getting worse and worse. 5-on-2. VP, is this all for nothing, or can Result save the day? He's trying his damnedest, but falls a little short, and there it is, FURIA Academy with